Yes, good morning. It's that favourite time of the day once again. Welcome to SirToshi's Bitcoin Chart Show. This is the Bitcoin forecast, the strength of the system, the health of the network, where we find out what's up with what is going down. Today's date is Tuesday, the 22nd of November, 2022. Without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online, the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin. Right, here we go. Just a quick one for you today because I'm actually going to break down some figures for Calvin's return on investment for his $26 million purchase of TAAL mining. So a lot of people might be thinking that $26 million is a lot of money, and it is a lot of money for the average person. But when you're a billionaire, and remember a billion is 1,000 million, and Calvin's estimated worth, so I read somewhere, is like 1.2 billion. So that's 1,200 million. $26 million isn't really a large sum of money for somebody that is worth that amount. But what we're going to do is we're just going to break down how that return could be returned in these figures, because the figures are actually interesting, to say the least, really. So let's have a quick look at this. So currently, TAAL has got 74.31% of the hash rate, but for maths, we'll just round this up to 75 to make it easier. Okay, so let's just take that 75% of the hash rate. So if a new Bitcoin block is created on average every 10 minutes at a 75% hash rate of the 6.25 BSV extracted every 10 minutes, TAAL, or Calvin, is earning on average 75% of 6.25, which is 4.375 BSV every 10 minutes. So we'll do 4.375 BSV every 10 minutes, which equals 26.25 BSV per hour, or in other words, 630 BSV per day. So let's take, we've got 630 BSV multiplied by $37, which is the current price, meaning you're making $23,310 per day. Now, let's say if you want to get your 26 million back, you divide 26 million by the 23,310, and you'll find that it will take you, at current prices, it will take you 1,115 days, which is approximately 3 years, to get your $26 million back. However, let's just say, for example, the price of BSV jumps from $37 to $1,200. So we got $1,200 per BSV multiplied by the 630 BSV that you're making per day. That would equal $756,000 per day. So then if you just simply divide 26 million by $756,000, it means that you get your return in just 34 days. Now, this is just if the price went up to $1,200. And this doesn't necessarily have to actually happen while he's mining it, because he's storing those BSV. So all he needs is those BSV that he's already got to go up to $1,200. Yeah, and that's the equivalent to the 34 days already gone. It doesn't have to actually reach that amount in order to mine it, because he's already accumulating it. So let's take this for example. Neither other mining pools, as we've seen, they've been mining empty blocks. They're not selling their BSV, so they're not mining it and dumping it. And TAAL, also now being privately owned by a billionaire, also doesn't need to sell any BSV to cover their running costs, because their running costs can be covered by other means. Whereas previously, TAAL, who was a public limited company, they would have to sell their BSV in order to cover their running costs, because that was their business. But now TAAL is a private entity. The person who owns that mining farm doesn't need to sell the BSV, and neither does other mining pools. And they have approximately, or just under 100% of the BSV hash rate. So that means literally we've got another miner on there called Mining Dutch that have got 0.69% of the hash rate. Now, imagine the only mining operation on BSV that needs to sell BSV to cover their running costs has only got 0.69% of the hash rate. what's that going to do to the liquidity, to the available supply of BSV? If the only operation that needs to sell it has got 0.69% of the hash rate. And let's say, BSV has got an extremely valuable use case. I mean, these figures are literally insane. And we're only talking $1,200. If you understand the true value proposition of Bitcoin, the figures that we're looking at here, the price that BSV could potentially reach due to the squeeze in liquidity is absolutely insane. And when the price goes up, it means that other miners can justify moving their hash rate over because it's more profitable to mine. But then if they're moving their hash rate over, the question they have to ask themselves is, well, if we're mining this thing, why are we holding all these shitcoins like BTC, and Ethereum? Ethereum that costs potentially hundreds of dollars for a transaction, so you can't really use it for anything. And BTC that has got a 1 megabyte block size, so it can only handle 7 transactions per second, but it's had its digital signatures segregated from the transaction data, so you're literally just receiving numbers on the screen. There's no value being transferred in this contract. What we're looking at is just unprecedented. So yeah, just wanted to get that out there. So that's a 6-minute show. We'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it. As ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.